The piano. No one was allowed to touch the luxury hotel was known for three things: its height, its wealth, and its silence. The kind of silence money creates. At the center of the grand hall stood a black grand piano, polished, perfect, untouched. Guests walked around it like it was sacred. Staff warned newcomers in whispers, "Don't go near it. Don't touch it. Never ask about it." Because the piano belonged to Ethan Blackwood, a billionaire CEO, a man feared more than admired, a man whose emotions had died years ago. No one had heard that piano play in 8 years. The girl who didn't belong there near. The entrance stood a little girl. Her name was Lily. She was 8 years old, wearing a faded cream dress and old shoes that didn't quite fit. Her hair was tied with a ribbon that had lost its color long ago. She didn't look like she belonged in a place like this. Her father worked upstairs as a janitor. He had told her strictly, "Stay right here. Don't move, don't touch anything." Lily nodded, she always listened. But then she saw it. The piano. Her breath caught. Something inside her pulled her forward. Not curiosity, not rebellion, but memory. She walked slowly toward it like the piano was calling her. A song from another life. Lily climbed onto the bench. Her small feet didn't reach the floor. She placed her hands above the keys, trembling. Images flashed in her mind. Her mother, a small rented room, an old piano with missing keys, a soft voice singing in the dark. "This song is special," her mother used to say. "Never forget it." Lily pressed the first key. The voice that stopped time. Stop. The word cracked through the hall like thunder. Every head turned. Ethan Blackwood stood at the top of the staircase, staring down with cold fury. His sharp eyes locked onto the girl. "What is she doing there?" he demanded. Managers rushed forward, panic on their faces. "I'm sorry, sir, she's just a child. I said get her away from my piano." Lily jumped down immediately. "I'm sorry," she whispered, folding her hands. "I was just asking." Ethan walked closer, his footsteps heavy. "Asking what?" he said coldly. Lily looked up at him, her eyes wide and afraid. "I was asking if I could play just one song." Ethan laughed bitterly. "That piano is worth more than your entire life," he said. The words hit harder than a slap. Lily lowered her head. "I'm sorry," she said quietly. "I didn't know." She turned to leave. But then she said something that made Ethan stop. The sentence that changed everything. "My mom used to sing this song," Lily said softly. "She sang it before she died." Ethan froze. Slowly he turned back. "What song?" he asked. Lily swallowed. "The one you never let anyone play." The hall went silent. Ethan's heart began to pound, because there was only one song he had forbidden the world to hear, and no one, absolutely no one, was supposed to know it. The song he buried with her, Ethan. Blackwood stared at the little girl as if the world around him had disappeared. Rain tapped softly against the tall glass windows. The grand hall felt suddenly smaller. "What did you say?" Ethan asked slowly. Lily lifted her head just enough to meet his eyes. Her voice was quiet but steady. "My mom used to sing that song," she repeated. "She said it was written for someone she loved very much." Ethan's chest tightened. That song was never written for the world. It was written for his mother, a memory he never spoke of. 8 years ago, Ethan's mother had died quietly in a small hospital room. No reporters, no headlines, no condolences, just Ethan and a piano. She had played that song every night when Ethan was a child, when he was scared, when he felt alone, when his father disappeared from their lives. After she died, Ethan locked the piano. He locked the song with it. And now, a little girl with worn shoes knew it. The question that shook him, how? "Do you know that song?" Ethan demanded. The hotel staff watched in silence. Lily hesitated, then answered honestly. "My mom worked here a long time ago." Ethan's jaw clenched. "No," he said sharply, "my mother never worked here." Lily shook her head. "Not as a guest," she said. "She cleaned the rooms. Night shifts, The room went still, because Ethan remembered that too. The woman who cleaned and sang years ago, before the empire, before the billions. There was a woman who cleaned hotel rooms at night. She used to hum while she worked. Ethan had heard that humming from his office late at night, and somehow it felt familiar. He had never asked her name, a small request. Lily looked down at her hands. "I'm really sorry I touched your piano," she said. "I didn't know it was yours." She took a step back. "But can I play the song once?" she asked quietly. Just once. Ethan's mind screamed no. His heart whispered, why not? The decision that changed the hall. "Sir?" One of the managers whispered. "Should we escort her out?" Ethan raised his hand. "No," he said. Everyone froze. He looked at Lily. "You play," he said slowly, "but only the song you mentioned." Lily's eyes widened. "Really?" "If you lie," Ethan added coldly, "you and your father will never step into this building again." Lily nodded immediately. "I won't lie," she said. She climbed back onto the bench. The piano creaked softly as if waking from sleep. Her fingers hovered over the keys. Ethan crossed his arms, preparing himself. Nothing could prepare him. The first note, the moment Lily played the first note, Ethan's breath caught. It wasn't just the melody. It was the exact tempo. The same pauses, the same trembling softness. The song his mother used to play when she was tired. The song she played the night before she died. Ethan's hands began to shake, and Lily hadn't even reached the chorus yet. The woman he never thanked. The melody filled the grand hall. Guests had stopped walking. Staff had stopped breathing. And Ethan Blackwood, the most powerful CEO in the city, was fighting tears he hadn't shed in years. Lily's fingers moved gently but confidently. She wasn't just playing notes, she was remembering. A song that opened old wounds. Halfway through the song, Ethan turned away. He couldn't watch. Every note dragged him back to a life before wealth, before power, before walls, back to a tiny apartment, a tired mother, and a piano that was always slightly out of tune. "Stop," Ethan whispered. But Lily didn't hear him. Or maybe, and she did, and chose not to stop. The name that changed everything when the song ended, silence fell like a heavy curtain. Lily slowly turned around. "That was my mom's favorite part," she said softly. "She used to cry there." Ethan snapped. "What was her name?" he asked. Lily swallowed. "Anna," she replied. "Anna Miller." Ethan staggered back as if someone had struck him. Anna Miller, the cleaner who worked night shifts, the woman who hummed while wiping floors, the woman he once gave his mother's old piano sheet music to, without knowing why, the memory he buried years ago. Ethan's mother had asked him for a favor. "If anything happens to me," she said, "give this song to someone who needs it." Ethan never understood until now. The truth Lily didn't know. "My mom said," Lily continued, "that a kind woman gave her that song." Ethan's voice broke. "She wasn't just kind," he whispered. "She was my mother." The room gasped. Lily's eyes widened. "No," she said quickly. "That's not possible." Ethan took a shaky breath. "My mother died 8 years ago," he said. "She used to clean rooms too before she got sick." Lily froze. That timeline matched perfectly. A question that terrified them both. "Did your mom ever talk about a man?" Ethan asked. "A man who helped her once?" Lily nodded slowly. "She said someone saved her job," Lily replied. "But she never said his name." Ethan felt the weight of regret crush his chest. Because he remembered firing half the cleaning staff that year, Anna Miller had been spared. Because his mother begged him. A child's innocent question. Lily looked at him carefully. "Sir?" she asked. "Why are you crying?" Ethan wiped his face angrily. "I don't cry," he said. Lily tilted her head. "My mom said people who don't cry are the ones hurting the most. That sentence broke him. The unanswered mystery. Ethan leaned closer. "Lily," he said quietly, "where is your mother now?" Lily's lips trembled. "She died last winter," she whispered. After that, it was just me and Dad. Ethan's heart sank. 2 women he never thanked, gone. But one question remained. Ethan straightened. "Your father," he said slowly. "Where is he?" Lily hesitated. Then she pointed toward the door. "He's outside," she said. "He wasn't allowed in." Ethan turned sharply toward the entrance, and that's when he saw him. A man standing in the rain, watching everything. The man in the rain. Ethan's eyes locked onto the man standing outside the glass doors. Rain soaked his worn jacket. His shoulders were slumped, but his eyes were sharp, alert, and afraid. "That's my dad," Lily said softly. Ethan felt his chest tighten. Security had stopped him at the entrance. A poor man didn't belong in a hall filled with millionaires. Ethan stood up. "Let him in," he ordered. The guards hesitated. "Sir, he doesn't have—" "I said let him in." The doors opened. The man stepped inside, water dripping onto the marble floor. He looked around nervously, as if expecting to be thrown out at any second. "I'm sorry," he said quickly. "I didn't mean to cause trouble. I was just waiting for my daughter." Lily ran toward him. "Dad!" He knelt and hugged her tightly, relief flooding his face. Ethan watched the scene in silence. A face from the past. When the man stood up, Ethan froze. He recognized him, not clearly, not fully, but enough. "You," Ethan said slowly. The man stiffened. "Yes?" he asked. "You worked construction 10 years ago," Ethan continued. "At the Blackwood Tower project." The man's eyes widened. "Ah, yes," he replied cautiously. "For a few months." Ethan swallowed. "That project, the one where an accident happened, the one his lawyers buried." The accident. No one talked about. "There was a fall," Ethan said. "A worker got injured." The man nodded slowly. "That was me." The room went silent. "My back was crushed," the man continued. "They said I'd never work the same again." Ethan felt something cold settle in his stomach. "I was told," Ethan said quietly, "that the worker was compensated." The man let out a bitter laugh. "They gave me a paper to sign," he said. "I couldn't read well, I trusted them." Lily looked up at her father. "Dad, and what paper?" He avoided her eyes. "A waiver," he said. "I lost my job, my health. And later, your mother." Ethan's hands clenched into fists. The truth hits hard. Anna Miller. She didn't die of illness. She died of exhaustion, of poverty, of silence. Ethan realized something horrifying. While he was building an empire, this family was being destroyed by it. A CEO faces his own crime. "I didn't know," Ethan whispered. The man looked him straight in the eyes. "That doesn't change what happened." Lily stepped between them. "Please," she said. "My mom used to say anger doesn't fix broken things." Ethan felt shame burn his face. For the first time in his life, he bowed his head. "I failed you," he said, "all of you." The guests watched in shock. The arrogant CEO was apologizing. But someone else was watching too. At the back of the hall, a woman pulled out her phone. She smiled. "Perfect," she whispered. Because this wasn't just a reunion, it was leverage. The offer that changed everything. Ethan took a deep breath. "Sir," he said to Lily's father, "I can't change the past, but I can change your future." He turned to Lily. "And yours?" Lily's eyes widened. "What do you mean?" Ethan paused. "I want to help you," he said. "Both of you, education, medical care, everything." The man shook his head. "We don't want charity." Ethan met his gaze. "This isn't charity," he said. "This is responsibility." The question that ends the episode. Lily looked at Ethan carefully. "Sir," she asked, "why are you doing this now?" Ethan opened his mouth to answer, when a voice interrupted. "Because he's afraid." Everyone turned. The woman from the back stepped forward. "And because," she continued, "this story isn't over yet." She smiled coldly at Ethan. "And neither is his past." Ethan's blood ran cold. He knew that face. She was one of the people who helped him bury the accident. And now she was back. The song that exposed the truth. The woman stepped closer. Her heels echoed against the marble floor like a warning. "Ethan Blackwood," she said calmly, "did you really think the past would stay buried forever?" Ethan's jaw tightened. He knew her, Margaret Cole, former legal advisor, the woman who had signed off the accident report years ago. The report that said no fault found. A lie. The silence breaks. "This is not the place," Ethan said sharply. Margaret smiled. "Oh, it is," she replied. "Because everyone is finally listening." She glanced at Lily and then at the guests. "A construction worker was crippled on your site," she said loudly. "His wife worked herself to death trying to survive. And now, his child plays a song written by the very woman who taught you empathy." Gasps rippled through the hall. Lily clutched her father's hand. "What is she talking about?" Lily asked softly. Her father closed his eyes. Ethan felt his empire cracking, not from outside attacks but from truth. The CEO's confession. Ethan stepped forward. "Stop," he said. The room fell silent. "What happened back then was wrong," he said. "I allowed people to silence it. I chose profit over people." He looked at Lily's father. "I'm sorry," he said, his voice breaking. "Not as a CEO, as a human being." Margaret's smile faded. She hadn't expected this. "But apologies don't erase crimes," she snapped. Ethan nodded. "No," he said. "But responsibility can begin today." The decision that shocked everyone. Ethan turned to the guests. "This piano," he said, "was locked because I was afraid of remembering who I used to be." He looked at Lily. "From today, this hall is open." He faced the media. "And so are the records." Margaret stepped back. "You'll destroy yourself." Ethan replied calmly, "Then let it be for the right reason." A child's courage. Lily walked to the piano again. But this time, Ethan stood beside her. "Will you play it once more?" he asked gently. She nodded. As Lily played, cameras rolled, people cried. And the truth, long silenced, finally had a voice. After the applause later that night, Ethan knelt in front of Lily and her father. "I can't undo what was taken from you," he said. "But I can make sure no one else is silenced." He handed Lily a small box. Inside was a piano key, golden, engraved. "For the girl who reminded me who I was." Lily smiled. "My mom would have liked you," she said. Ethan swallowed hard. "I hope so." The final warning. As they left the hotel, Lily's father paused. "Sir," he said, "people like Margaret don't forgive." Ethan nodded. "I know." High above them, Margaret watched from a balcony, phone pressed to her ear. "It's time," she whispered. "He's opening doors that should stay closed." Final lines. The piano was never locked again, but somewhere in the shadows, new enemies were already moving. Because when truth begins to play, power always fights back.